My brand is called Mocha Ilosa, and it started this year. I actually started working on it at the beginning of the year. And then I officially launched it a couple of months ago. It's predominantly a menswear brand, but I'm still doing women's wear. I've kind of dabbled in a few things since I've graduated, from prints and textiles and working with silks and luxury fabrics to African prints and menswear. So I've kind of just played around a bit until I found what I really wanted to do and found my niche. One of my most memorable moments, I think, was probably our grad show, 4th year grad show. That was incredible. I remember the stress and everything, all the stuff, everything that happened behind the scenes, but the actual show was pretty fantastic. Just knowing that this was the end, but you had worked so hard, and it was also really sad because I was like, oh my gosh, now what? But that was really incredible. And I think one of the most important things that I learned was designing according to a brief. And at first it was really, really hard, just because you go into fashion school thinking you can just design whatever you want, which I think you can do. But designing according to a brief is very important because you don't always end up working for yourself. And even if you do, you have a clientele that you need to kind of cater for. And if you don't really know how to do that, it makes it very hard to run a business and for your business to be successful. And that's something that I learned. And I think being able to take criticism and having to go back to the drawing board if something didn't work out, and that's something that you really need to be able to be good at once you start, once you launch your own brand and once you're in the industry, because it's not always sunshines and rainbows, and sometimes people might not like what you do, or your clients might not be happy with that, but those are things that you kind of learn in college. Working at Pick n Pay was very important for my decision making in terms of going into fashion and establishing it as a business. And I think that's something that's very, very important. Okay, if I could give one piece of advice to budding fashion students, it would be to not take your education lightly and to just kind of learn as much as you can. I think there are times that I sort of kind of played around, so I was like, well, I'm in fashion school, this is fun, and it is, but every single thing that you learn will help you in the end, especially if you want to start your own business. Ask as many questions as possible, work hard, because this industry is really, really tough, and if you don't have that discipline from the time that you're in college, it's going to be very hard for you to get it later on in life. Happy birthday, Cape Town College of Fashion Design, and I wish you many, many more years of fashion excellence.